What's up, hot sauce? I'm Alicia Shepherd with Nucleus Commercial Real Estate, and today I am coming at you with the top 3 reasons agents find themselves at a failure to launch in commercial real estate. See, there are 3 key reasons why we historically see agents have a failed attempt at getting into commercial real estate. And as simple as these may sound, and as easy as they may seem to overcome, they end up resulting in 9 out of 10 agents trying to get into commercial real estate having a failed launch. Now, here's what I want you to realize. If you pay attention to these 3 topics and make sure that you put them in order, you will be one of the 1 in 10, or hopefully we can improve those statistics in getting into a commercial real estate career. So let's dive in. The number 3 reason why we see agents have a failure to launch in commercial real estate is, oddly enough, too many options. Failure to specialize is one of the top reasons agents fail at getting into commercial real estate. It might seem tempting to want to touch everything in commercial real estate and to in fact say that commercial real estate is the specialization that we're having in our career. But when I look at industrial to multifamily to office, even sales to leasing, the learning that is required for each of these different product types and services is an encyclopedia of each their own. And that depth of knowledge is so wide that if I try to learn them as I go, I'm going to be trying to build the airplane while I'm getting on the runway. Next to impossible to do. And B, if I'm trying to learn them at the client's expense, my financial and legal risk is massive while getting started. And what it culminates in is my ability to get enough deals done fast enough while learning at the client's expense just never ends up getting done fast enough before I expend or exhaust the financial resources I might have had sitting on the side that would allow me to get started in commercial real estate. See, I'm probably going to need a full year worth of my bills, my expenses, my investment in this career sitting on the sideline just to get started. And if I'm digging into those reserves because I'm taking more time to get started, that's a problem. Lack of specialization means that I'm going to be learning slower, learning more, having to learn more product types and more services, reducing the speed at which I can get started. Lack of specialization means that I'm going to have to go and dibble dabble in so many areas that I won't actually get off the ground fast enough. What we see historically in commercial real estate is the agents actually who have booming, banging careers that go and make huge names for themselves. Those are specialists. Those are specialists who go into core product types and in many cases, core services. You'll see an agent who eats, sleeps, and breathes multifamily. Or you'll see an agent who only does retail tenant representation leasing, or an agent who only does industrial investment sales. And the reason for that is there is so much work to be done and so much knowledge to be held in any of those core product types that specialization is the key to success in commercial real estate. When we try to do all of it, it becomes overwhelming, it becomes overly cumbersome, and it becomes too much and too overburdensome for us to get our careers off the ground before exhausting our resources. So specialization, it's almost a must, almost a requirement for any agent starting their career. Now, you might look up and say, Alicia, I'm in a secondary or tertiary market, meaning urban, suburban, rural, right? That secondary is suburban, tertiary would be rural. And you might say, I have to be a generalist. Well, you could be a generalist product type and service, but your specialization then, my friend, becomes the geography that you're in. You might be a specialist of the geography that you're sitting in. I'm going to specialize in the county that I'm in. I'm going to specialize in the suburban market that I'm in so that you know that territory so well. You might specialize in multiple product types or dual services, but you're going to know your territory really well inside and out. And even while being a generalist in a territory that you specialize in, I would still give you the cautionary warning that you want to go product type by product type through that and learn those one at a time so that you are digesting the knowledge you need in small segments versus trying to learn all the products at once. The second main reason we see agents fail at launching their career in commercial real estate is no clear database. See, in residential, we can go and say, okay, go start calling everybody you know. Pick up your phone and call your database. That's your sphere. Your sphere is your database. Your family is your database. Your friends are your database. But in commercial real estate, that's not true. If I call my friends and my family, well, honey, unless they all own investment real estate that happens to be what I'm specialized in, I don't have a whole lot of people to call. So you have to actually build a database of the owners, tenants, investors, or businesses that own and work inside the type of real estate that you want to specialize in. And that's kind of a very unique type of database build that happens. It only happens on the front end of your business if you get this right. And it's a unique build that you got to just get over and get on with. Does it suck? Yeah. Is it the sexy part of commercial real estate we all wanted to get into this career for? No. But do you have to do it? You bet your ass you do. Otherwise, you keep spinning your wheels and never finding enough people to get into a relationship with to really get into trajectory. If you don't build your database, you might be slowly building a business that will slowly suffocate you. And that business with no database becomes an albatross. I would hate for that to happen for you. So make sure you define what your specialization is going to be, and then you quickly get to work at building the database that will be a book of business for that type of specialization. Let me give you an example. Let's say you become an industrial specialist in a portion of the Fort Worth market. Well, you would pull all of the industrial buildings in the portion of Fort Worth that you want to specialize in. You would pull the addresses. Now you need to go find all of the owners for every single one of those buildings. And when you have those owners, now you need to go find a way to get in touch with them. And I typically encourage agents to research or skip trace that database until you have a way to get in touch with those owners by mail, email, social media, and phone number. And when you have those four, you now have a complete database. Are you going to get it all in one fell swoop? Nope, but you need to work on those. And you're going to need the tools, resources, and know-how for how to build that database. Here in our Nucleus communities and in our Nucleus training, we show you how to do that. So if you have questions, make sure you're jumping into our other trainings and leaning in and asking questions. We'll point you in the right direction.
Before Alicia gets to the number one reason commercial agents fail, we'd love for you to subscribe to our channel and click that little bell so you're notified every time we drop a new video. Likes and comments are hugely important to us. They let us know we're on track and giving you what you want, and we always answer questions. Now back to Alicia.
The number one reason why an agent might not be successful once they have a specialization and once they have that database is the golden cardinal rule of any sales business, and that's lead generation. You're in a sales-based business, my friends, and you are going to have to lead generate to be in commercial real estate. If you look up and you go, I really just want to do some marketing or some networking, and I'm just going to wait to kind of find these relationships organically, and that's going to be how I make this work, pause. This may not be the industry for you. This is a sales-based, relationship-oriented business, meaning you're going to need to get really comfortable putting yourself out there. Getting into relationship with the people who own the real estate or the businesses that occupy the real estate that you want to be specialized in. It might mean you have to do some cold calling. It might mean you have to do some door knocking. It definitely might mean that you need to go to some industry events and some networking, and that you need to be into uncomfortable conversations with brand new people you've never met before. And you're going to have to put yourself out there and ask for business. Now that's lead generation. You'll need to be able to spend at least 2 hours per day in the beginning of your career, 5 days a week, for at least your first 2 years in lead generation mode. With agents in my world, I typically tell them in the beginning, you want to plan to spend 2 years, 2 hours a day, until you've had at least 10 conversations and until you book an appointment. And when you set yourself up for success like that in lead generation mode, you're probably setting your career and your business and your pipeline up for success to build out the runway that you need to be dollar productive in commercial real estate. Now, if you're willing to overcome these 3 things of decide a specialization, build a database, and get into lead generation with that specialized database, you're probably going to have a really successful career in commercial real estate. And if you maybe have some hesitancy around any of these 3 things, or you want some training, some networking, some community and communication around these topics, join us here on this YouTube page and keep hanging out with us here at Nucleus, because these are the conversations we're having and we want to make sure that you're having with us. Check out here at the bottom of this video, you can connect with us and we will share with you a lead generation tracker. If you grab that tracker, you can make sure you're tracking your lead generation results and share them back with us. Let us know how you're doing and how it's going in your commercial real estate career. See you on the next video, you guys.